Our second speaker is Angie Robert, who will talk with us about digital communication. A 2003 graduate of SDSU, Angie Robert's role at Intuit has her managing the team that's responsible for creating an end-to-end digital communications continuum that fosters engagement, amplification, and community worldwide. Prior to this role, she managed all external digital communication for Intuit's flagship brand, TurboTax. Angie is the president-elect for the SDSU alumni and the VP of marketing for the Adobe Bluffs Elementary Foundation. In her spare time, Angie teaches cycling classes at 24 Hour Fitness. Her true loves in life are her husband, Scott, and two sons, Jace and Joey. Please welcome Angie to the stage.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me tonight. What an awesome act to follow there with Jimmy. That was amazing. My talk is going to be a little bit different. I started my career here at SDSU doing exactly what you all are doing right now. It's through mentorship. So as a student at SDSU, I joined a mentorship program. I networked with alumni, and because of that, I got my first real job out of college. Now here tonight, I'm going to talk to you about digital communications and the importance of really building yourself up in a digital space. But I caveat that with when I was in your shoes as a student, digital communications wasn't what it looked like now. Social media didn't exist, and I'm not that old. So, well, it depends on who you are, but in my mind, I'm not that old, right? So tonight, I'm really going to talk to you about how do you use your brand, or how do you build your brand through digital communications? And really what it has to do with is knowing who you are, where you want to be, envisioning that, finding the people who can help you get there, and then getting in there and just doing it. So first step, really building your profile. So I think my first social media account was probably a LinkedIn profile. I think I started my Twitter account in 2009. And this was all new back then, right? And then it was interesting to me. So most of my career, I have a degree in journalism. I started as a publicist. We used to fax press releases, you know, that's crazy, right? But this whole digital thing was interesting to me. And so I got in there and started building my profiles, and I wanted to learn about blogging and how that worked and the whole ecosystem of digital. So I started writing a blog about trail mix. I like trail mix, it's delicious. Nobody else was writing about trail mix. I was like, why not? There's a niche, right? And it wasn't necessarily like I was trying to be an influential trail mix blogger. It was more about learning and understanding. And what I got from that is really how to network with people, how to engage with people, what resonates with people, what works with people. And from there, I just started building my online presence. After that, I really started to learn about the importance of networking, and along the way, I started seeing, people in San Diego who were doing similar work that either I was doing or work that I wanted to do, and I started following them and engaging with them online. Never met them before, and there were a lot of people who I saw in the community who I really admired, and so I connected with them. And, just engaged in conversations, not about trail mix, but just, whatever was going on at the moment. And, and then we connected. And because of that, I learned about the company where I work now, and I decided that's where I want to be. And so I networked for years, 4 years, 5 years, kind of as I was building my skill set, and just kind of started growing my sphere of influence. And I still do that to this day through mentorship, so people I mentor, and at 37 years old, I still have mentors, and I still seek mentors, and I will for the rest of my career. That is a game changer. What you're seeing here is thought leadership, though. So what I do a lot of times at work through digital, different digital mediums, both internally and externally at my company, is I work with people to really provide content and help them grow their sphere of influence. And so One thing I would say to you guys as you're going through this is understand the stuff that you're sharing, not just that it's interesting to you, but understand really what's interesting to other people. And not the masses, but the people that you care about, the people that you want to be in your network. And look at the graphs and the charts and see, wow, 57 people read that, that's cool. And then last but not least, build your authentic self. Understand who you are, what makes you tick, what makes you unique, and don't hide behind that, right? Set your parameters. If you like trail mix, then own it, right? You think I'm sort of weird and maybe a little interesting now because of that, right? And that's gonna go a long way. And so set those parameters for what you want and go for it. And then finally, just continue. Have a vision of where you think you wanna go and use networks to get there. Most important thing is build yourself, but build other people and bring other people with you along the way. And let me know if I can help you. So congratulations on taking this next step.